Okay. Now go where it says invite. Copy. And then accept it. And then put it in the comments. Let's see.
Hi, my queens. This is the last of the 90-day raw vegan challenge, Foodie Friday. Yes. Y'all trying to come up with where is she? Trying to come up with recipes, not even recipes, because to me recipes is cooking. But coming up with ideas of what to eat, and you can't cook. That was so hard.
So hard. That's me.
That's my baby. But tonight we are going to hopefully have multiple people on here. We're going to be talking about our journey with this 90-day raw vegan challenge. I don't call it a fast. Call it a challenge because it was challenging for me. But like I said, I don't want to really get into it until people start coming in, because the ones that were left on this challenge, we started out, I want to say, with at least 10 people plus, but we ended up with maybe 4. And I'm not going to knock them down because of the challenge, but like I said before, life be lifing. So sometimes it's a little difficult for people to stay in it or stay connected. But that's why I place so much emphasis on prayer and meditation. I place so much emphasis on that. And the reason that I did that was, oh, hi. I had to guess. I was like, then what I do, he's at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, it was just challenging. But is that what I was saying? I don't know. Y'all, I just got off work. So bear with me. But speaking on those that, weren't able to continue through the whole 90 days. Like I said, life be lifing. And to me, the only way that you could really, really stay focused with it is through prayer and meditation. And I got so deep into prayer and meditation, even though, I do it anyway, but I was there. I know God was like, you know, my nerve, but I'm here for you. So that was that's just saying that that's how many people we probably have left or come into the live. But like I said, some people handle things differently when they're trying to bring something new into their lives. And this was like way up there with trying to change. You're not only changing your food, you're not cooking, no seasoning, bare minimum of seasoning, no texture, but leafy greens. And so but if you gave it 10 days, 5 days, you did good, because this was a prayerful struggle. So I want to introduce my son. This is Lamar, and his channel is What's Good with Lamar. You guys got to go and check him out because I'm not being biased, but he's amazing. um, so, Lamar, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, like she said, I am her son, her child, Lamar. I have a channel with School Lamar. You can definitely check it out. We are on the road to 500. So yes, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. I'm usually behind the camera on this channel, uh, helping her film all her videos and cooking videos and stuff for Foodie Fridays. But I'm up front tonight to have this discussion, this conversation about this 90-day raw vegan challenge, which I call a fast because it definitely broke me and it was felt like a fast. um, it felt like a fast, but we're gonna talk about that. Um, like she said, her experience, her journey, my experiences, and some of the other crew that'll hop in and on, off and on here. We'll talk about their experiences as well. Um, and so yeah, I'm excited to have this little conversation. Because what I thought 90 days ago is definitely different than what I think now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just about the entire challenge itself. Uh, so yeah, I'm excited to talk about it.
Oh, so I guess we'll just wait till other people join in. But I do want to ask you probably one of the biggest questions people are probably wanting to know. Why? Why the 90-day raw vegan challenge? Why?
Ah, um,
Y'all, this is me because I want to know too.
my my why started off with just feeling like I was losing a ongoing battle with just my addiction for food, like just wanting to eat certain things, certain amount, and I felt like I was losing a sense of control with with food. It's been many times that I've tried to do certain things and certain eating habits and do diets and weight loss strategies and stuff like that. But it was always hard because I was still stuck on just food. I want to enjoy my meals. I want to do all of that, and I don't want to have to count calories, and I don't want to have to. Oh, I can't eat that right now. Like I don't want to do that. And so I never followed through with anything that I ever did. And so I was just it was a particular night where I was kind of just fed up and having conversations with myself. I didn't want to continue on this road of trying to do it. I wanted to really, really, really pursue doing it and being successful in doing that. So y'all know what's good with Lamar. I'm a YouTuber and I'm always on YouTube watching other people's videos and stuff like that. And this one particular video came up in my suggestions on my timeline on YouTube, and I clicked on it, and his by this guy. His name is G Bryant, Bryant, Brian or Brian. I can't remember. But if you just type in GEE, 90-day raw vegan, whatever, it'll come up. But I saw that video and I just watched it. In all actuality, he's handsome. So I was like, let me watch. I was drawn. So looks will get you. But as I was watching it, what he was saying was really, really, really profound, and it really struck something in me to to want to do more and actually, maybe I can do that. So he did a 90-day raw fruits and vegetables challenge, and he was just giving like his update and how I look on day 1 versus how I look day 90, how I feel day 1 versus how I feel day 90. And I watched that video from beginning to end, and I was so overwhelmed with emotions because I was like, I'm gonna try it. But not only am I gonna try it, I feel like I really, 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 really want to try this so that I can gain control back over my life when it comes to eating and my eating habits and stuff like that. Because I'm not gonna lie, after this 90 days, and we can answer that question or get to that point later. After this 90 days, I will eat a chicken wing. I will probably eat a nice little piece of rib every now and then. But the over excessiveness of it all that I was doing prior to this 90 days is no more. And that's more so a mental thing for me. Like, I can't do that anymore. Yes, I can still enjoy food and my meals, and I can still go out and have a couple drinks and stuff, but it's just in moderation. And that's always the biggest thing when it comes to just trying to get a hold of your weight and your health. It's just doing things in moderation. So my why was so I can regain control back over my life.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So when you made yourself where you were like, I want to do this, when it was time to eat just those particular foods, how did you get your mindset to where it's like, this is what I need to eat? Because the reason why I say that is because with me, I'm vegan. So it was like, it wasn't that hard of a transition. But with you being a carnivore, how did you train your mind? Because to me, I feel like that's what you have to do. You have to train your mind to where you want to be able to stay on the path that you was going on. So how did you go about that for as the foods?
Basically, I treated myself like I was 12, or let's go younger. I treated myself like I was 6.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is what we eating for dinner. Don't ask for nothing else. Can you have this? Can you have some chips? No, this is what we eating for dinner. Do you pay the bills in this house? No. So this is what you eating for dinner. So I kind of used that mindset when it came to like being disciplined and knowing that, okay, fruits and vegetables. I gotta be disciplined, and I have to be creative with what I have. So and I want to do this, and I've drawn in other people to do it with me. So it's like this is what I gotta eat. And to be honest, they always say, when you do things like this, life changing, it's good to have, other people doing it with you, or at least other people that could hold you accountable. But also, it's just the people who was like 90 days, like, no, oh my God, I could never. Right. So all the times where I didn't want fruit or I didn't want vegetables, I just play that in my brain of everybody saying like, I could never. Ooh, you a good one. You got discipline. I could never. And I'm like, I don't at this time that we had started at the beginning, me being disciplined for this was questionable because it was fresh. So I'm like, don't blame discipline because it's only been 2 weeks. But with that type of energy kind of coming my way, it was I won't even say it was negative. It wasn't negative energy, but it was like I could never do that, or oh, you a good one, or more power to you, or child, if you could last 90 days. And so every time I would like, oh, I don't want this no more, I'm gonna get something else, I'm gonna go pick up something to eat, I'm gonna do that, whatever, I'm gonna break the challenge, whatever. I would literally think about that and be like, oh no, fruits and vegetables. I mean, because I made it to where I didn't have a choice mentally.
Right.
I didn't have a choice. It was either this or still be in the same situation that you've been in.
Gotcha.
And so I chose to not be in the same situation.
Do you remember when, because you have done several things to try to release weight, and when you would go into it, probably, 2, 3 weeks into it, you remember when I would always say to you, you're not ready? Like mentally, I'm like, you're not ready. And I could see the little frustration on your face. But did you get it then or you got it this time? I can't hear you.
Sorry, I got it this time. Then I still got it then, but my biggest how I live life is, if you say you're gonna do it, then you're gonna do it. Like if you come to me and say, I want to do a 5K walkathon, then I'm gonna say you can do it. Do that 5K walkathon. Um, and so my biggest thing was, dang, why she keep telling me I ain't gonna do it or I ain't gonna complete it because I'm not ready? Like, huh? Which, like I said, I understood it now why you said it, but then I'm just like, okay, if your son says he wants to do something, don't tell him he ain't gonna do it, or don't tell him, but I got it. Once I did this challenge, um, that really, you have to be in anything that you do, you have to know within yourself that this is what you want to do, and you have to be ready
Right.
to make those changes, those decisions. You just have to be ready. So
Right.
yeah, although I was like, dang, why she keep telling me that, I was still like, I get it, but that's what it takes. It takes readiness, willingness, and understanding of what you have to do to whatever your goal is, whatever your challenge is.
Right.
Hmm.
So my thing is that people need to take in consideration the three elements of weight loss or anything that you're going to do financially or whatever. But we're talking about weight loss. To me, people need to think there are three things that we do in life, and that's we worry about our health, we worry about life, and we worry about working. And I truly feel like that, like the Bible says, we have to do things in decently and in order. And we need to think about what comes first. And to how I've experienced it, we have to think of health first. Then we think about life second. And then we think about work. And the reason why I say that is because once you get your health together and knowing what you need to do, it's going to make you feel so much better and able to live life or do the things that you need to do in life. And then once you have that happiness or that contentment with your life, with whatever job or work you have to do, whether you a 9 to 5 or entrepreneurship, you're going to blossom to the fullest when you're doing your work. So that's why I say that you have to, hey, my baby, it's my bonus daughter. That's why I say you have to um, do it in that order. I'm all about order, health, life, and then work. And if you do it in that order, I truly believe that you'll have a happier you. And that's what you have to do it. And that's why I focus so much on my health first. I went to doctors to make sure. If that first doctor didn't give me the answers that I needed, I went to a second doctor. That second doctor was giving me just a little bit of what I needed. I went to a third doctor. The third doctor that I have has been amazing. And I've got a lot of things accomplished with that doctor. Once I got my health on track, knowing what was going on with me internally, I got out there and I started working on what do I need to do far as foods to help me with, because I do have a thyroid condition, Hashimoto's. I had to figure out what foods are good for me, what foods will trigger my thyroid. I had to do all of that, but it's all because I wanted a better me on the inside. Once I figured that out, once I figured that part out, then life became a little more easier to go through, because like I said, life be lifing. So when I was having issues, far as not even issues, but when I was having situations far as I take care of my mother full time, and taking care of her, sometimes if you're not mentally, health wise comes first, but if you're not mentally or spiritually is number one. If you're not spiritually connected to God in that way, it will make you to where things are so difficult. And then when you feel like things are so difficult on that end, then that's going to tear up far as your health, because you're going to build up stress. Excuse me. You're going to have stress. Stress affects you physically, emotionally. So I had to really focus on my health first. And then when life was happening, I had to tell myself that I had to tell myself that, okay, I got one thing in order. Now life is going to hit me. I need to really get into prayer and meditation. So that's what I did. I focused on the prayer and meditation, prayer and meditation. Then once I got that going, life wasn't as hard as it would have been had I not put that in place. And then there's work. I get to the point now where, I find myself, sometimes I work a lot, and then God tells me, no, you got to slow it down, because then you're going to get back to where your health is going to be, take a hit for it. So with all that being said, I just really want you guys to focus on those three elements and do them in that order: health, life, and work. And I love that the fact that Lamar brought this to my attention, because I, being vegan, thinking, oh, okay, I'm vegan, I got this. My health is good, no. Because we get caught up in processed foods. We want something quick. Like I said, we have life. It's like we don't have time. A lot of people don't have time, or don't want to make time. I'm not gonna say don't have time. Don't want to make time to cook. So you grab something quick. And even though I wasn't grabbing things quick a lot, I was still eating processed foods. But the trigger of it with this raw vegan challenge was I wasn't consuming enough fruits and vegetables. When I start consuming enough fruits and vegetables, and the fruits and vegetables that would not trigger my thyroid, I released. It was so much, because I was stagnant on a weight for so long, and that's being vegan. But then when I got into this raw vegan challenge, it just started coming out. It just started melting away. And like I said, I don't recommend anyone like starting out the gate unless you are spiritually and mentally and physically prepared to do 90 days. But if you can just ease your way into it, even if you do it 10 days or 15 days, you're going to see the difference, because I saw it immediately. Now, mind you, that first day, I had the worst headache, and I'm just speaking truth. This is how I felt. I had the worst headache. And I know one is because I like caffeine. I loved coffee. Took that away. Then there was like not even the vegan meat. Couldn't even have that. So I guess it was like a detox, because I had the worst headache, but it only lasted that one day. It didn't last as long as I thought it would have lasted. But when Lamar brought the challenge to me, I was hesitant. And like I said, I'm vegan, and I was hesitant because I'm thinking that you can't cook. There's no heat. There's not my spices, none of that. It was just raw. So with all that being said, and like I said, those three elements with you. Now you have your, do you feel, first up, do you feel like you have your health that in check? And if you do or don't, whichever one, what has it done for you for your, far as life in general as a whole? And then how has it benefited you for as your work ethic with this?
So my health, I when I me even when I was first starting the 90 days, I I what I will say is I'm a plus size male, but I'm an active plus size male.
Mm-hmm.
So my health has never been, besides colds and stuff, but
Right.
I've never been in the hospital for anything, high blood pressure, any of that. So there was never like that wasn't my main concern. My main concern was like, I'm tired of being fat. But what I will say is
Well,
health,
God, I don't mean to interrupt you, but God be the glory on you not having health issues. That's a blessing. That's
that
a
is a
blessing.
blessing. But
Yeah.
I truly, and to break away from that, I truly feel like because I am active, and when I say active, I'm not in the gym 24/7. But I'm always on the go. I'm always on the move. I'm always on my feet.
You walk a lot.
I walk a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And so I truly believe one of that being the main reason of why I never really felt like any problems with my body health wise. But health wise with this challenge, I've just gotten energy was my main thing. With my days, sometimes my days run into each other, and I can feel it halfway through the first day, and I'm just like, "Ooh, I can't wait until this day is over." But since this challenge, I've I've been on the go and not realized I'm on the go because I'm still pumped. My blood is still pumping fast. I'm going like I'm good. So I'm not as drowsy. I'm not as tired. I have a lot more energy. Um, and in regards to how I feel good about myself, and it's not even um it has nothing to do with like my how I look as far as how I feel good about myself. It's because this is something that I've been trying to do for the longest,
Right.
and I've finally seen success in it.
Mm-hmm.
And that success had a lot to do with me as a person and just wanting better for myself, and so I feel good in that aspect. Now when I look in the mirror, I feel good because I'm getting smaller. I see it, and um I like anybody else, I smell myself, and I'm like, okay, I'm feeling good about myself now. If I can just get these clothes together, then we'll be good. Because now, since this challenge, I gotta go shopping because
Yeah.
the clothes are so big, and um, I love oversized clothes, but not every piece. I like an oversized jacket, not an oversized jacket, shirt, pants, even my shoes are oversized. So, um, so I feel good. I feel good. I forgot if I think there was a third question. Health. How do I feel?
Life.
Oh, as far as like life and how I've kind of taken this challenge away from just the food aspect and the health aspect and put it towards like my work and stuff like that. I just look at it as how bad with anything in life, how bad do you want it? And so with this challenge, that's what I asked myself. How bad do you want it? Like, and you need to show that
Right.
by sticking to whatever you said you were gonna do. And so I hold that to everything that I do. So my music, my channel, the content that I create, the visions that God gives me. When I see them and I think of them and I start them, or I might think about starting them, if I'm a little laxy daisy with it, I'm just like, okay, Lamar, how bad do you want XYZ?
Mm-hmm.
You wanted to get control over your health and your life, and so you decided to do this challenge and you stuck with it because you wanted it. How bad do you want it? And so it has helped me kind of pick myself up when I don't feel like doing certain things, or I don't feel like getting in front of the camera, or I
Mm-hmm.
don't feel like editing, or I don't feel like writing music or anything like that. I'm like, how bad do you want it? So that's how it helped me in that way.
And far
Mhm.
as your work ethic now,
Oh
how
well, that has a lot to do with it because I always feel like I've had good work ethics.
Mhm.
I Whenever I have an idea, I push for it, I work on it, and I release it. But every once in a while, as a creative, I don't feel like doing none of that.
Right.
I don't feel like liking nobody's post. I don't feel like putting up a story. I don't feel like finishing up this vlog for y'all. And so whenever I would feel like that during this challenge, because life goes on, so whenever I would feel like that during this challenge, I would just be like, okay, Lamar, how bad do you really want it? Like, how bad do you want it? You wanted to gain control over your life and over your health, and you did that, and you're doing that. So it's not that it's impossible, but how bad do you want it? You got to push through. You got to push through the mental space of I don't feel like it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that was one thing with this challenge that G said when I was watching his video. You have to look at the bigger picture when you have a goal, or when you're trying to complete a challenge, you get tired halfway through, or you don't feel like doing it anymore. You got to look at the bigger picture. This challenge is not just about you, or this challenge is not just about gaining likes, or this challenge is not just about looking cute in your clothes. Like,
Right.
you have to look at the bigger picture, and while looking at the bigger picture, you have to also envision yourself if you just didn't do it. And is that what you want?
Right.
Because if that's what you want, then yeah, okay, take a nap today. You don't have to do it. Don't go to the gym. Order out. You know, and I didn't want that for my life. I didn't want that for any of the goals and visions that I was given. I didn't
Mhm.
want that. So I'm like, okay, what do I want and how bad do I want it? And that's, like I said, I took that from this fast and I pertained it to my work ethics, my life, my career.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Did you notice while going through this that you tend to talk to yourself a lot?
Yeah.
I was doing this. It's like my thing was when you wanted to do the last 30 with this workout.
Mhm.
I could be just laying in the bed and I'm thinking, oh my God. And then Elisa, you gotta get up. You gotta get up. The challenge makes you talk to yourself. Yes.
It
Uh,
does. That it would be days where I just didn't want to go to the gym, and I'm like, I'm not going.
right.
Not going. And then there were days where I said that to myself and I didn't go. And I would just have that conversation with myself. Now you could have got up and did 15 minutes.
Hmm.
You could have got up there. I didn't want to do 15 minutes, but nobody wants to go to the gym.
Yeah.
Nobody says, "Oh, let's go to the gym." Like, get up. I don't want to. Like, it was a lot of that, and so yeah, because it was a lot of things that I talked myself out of. It was a lot of things I talked myself into. So I did a lot of that.
Yes. That's what I said. I thought I'm talking to myself more. Then I got to the point where I'm like, okay, I gotta go in my closet because me and Jesus, me and man God and Jesus, we gotta have a conversation.
Mhm.
Especially around that about that 15th, 20th day. I was like, Lord help me.
My first week, I was like, I don't know why I said I want to do this. I don't know why I said I want to do this. Like, why did you say that? Why did you get all these people to do this with you, to hold you accountable, and now you gotta hold them accountable because you started it, so you the leader. Why
Yeah.
would you do that?
Right.
And that was me the first week. Child. And the second, third, and fourth.
I didn't think that eating vegetables would be that, that bad until you realize you can't cook nothing. You can't cook.
Until you realize there's not a lot of vegetables out here.
No.
We have a very small list of vegetables. And when I say that, I mean we have a very small list of vegetables that you can just
That you can't cook.
eat raw.
Yeah.
And it's
Exactly.
like, how do I? Okay, I want cucumber, but I don't want a cucumber. I don't want a cucumber. Like, what are some other ways I can have a cucumber?
That's exactly how I thought about my avocado.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was saying on my last Foodie Friday, if I had known that all I had to do was put it in some hot water, I would have.
And you do that.
I don't know why I didn't do it.
Because
Somebody
one
asked
of
me.
the ladies that we watched, she did that. She was like, because it's not too hot
Yeah,
for
doesn't reach 180 degrees or something like that. And
you. Never did.
I was like, oh my gosh, and it was so good. It's so
Mm-hmm.
good. Now it's hard for me to go back to cold.
Cold avocados, no. I'm weak.
Oh, I like them.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard trying to be creative with just fruits and vegetables
Yes.
raw. I'm
Try
sure. Go ahead.
being a vegan cook and can't think of nothing. I'm thinking, what else can I give them? I'm like, it's at
I'm
the
telling
big
you,
end.
it's hard. Cause child, I was like, if I eat one more zucchini noodle, something, I will scream. I will scream. I can't do that. I will scream. It's hard.
So with why don't you tell the people what you started out with weight wise and where you are now?
So I was going back to old videos and old pictures because I tend to randomly weigh myself, like just randomly, even before this, like just to see where I'm at, like where am I at, because I'm eating good. I know I'm big as a house. So when I went to Los Angeles at the top of the year to work on my EP, I had weighed myself and I was 280. And I hadn't touched 280 in a long time since I had lost however much before then. So I started out a whopping 280 pounds, and today I stand at 237. So
Yes.
I have released 43 pounds in total.
Wow. And you know what's so crazy? It's
43 pounds plus 4, because I lost 4 inches in my feet.
not your feet.
Yes, well, shoe sizes, I should say. I have wide and chubby feet,
Right.
and so
I don't know where you get that from.
and so I do wish I had got my dad's feet, because my dad's feet are like
Narrow.
boats. They are so skinny and long. But so I always wore like a 11 and a half, 12, depending on the shoe. Well, now I wear a 9.5, 10. So, and I knew you drop weight in all areas, but baby, not in your feet, not like that. I knew my feet would be smaller, but not shorter. Like I didn't know if that how much that would affect my actual shoe size. So yeah, but what were you finna ask? I'm sorry.
Huh? I'm gonna say hi to Chevy.
Chevy, where is Meg? Tell Meg get in here so she can answer some of these questions. Now she was the hypest one in the group. So I'm like, yeah, let's go live. Come on, girl.
What was I gonna say? So what was oh, I'm gonna answer that question for myself as well.
Oh, you please, I was about to say.
Okay. Well,
so, since this journey, what were you starting and where you at now?
I started at, see, I don't be liking to say my,
girl, it's dropping. It don't matter.
Okay. I started out, I don't even want to say. I started out at 262.
Dang! I'm playing.
And I weighed myself this morning before I did even ate a grape.
That's how I do.
And I got over that hump of I couldn't get out of the 50. I couldn't get out of 50. But now I'm at 238.
Yay!
So it's like 24 pounds in 90 days. And
that's 24 pounds that somebody couldn't release before this.
Right.
That's crazy.
I just, and I'm vegan, and I was like stuck, and I'm like, I don't get this.
Now she sleep. Tell her wake up. She knew what it was. Hey Chevy, I do apologize. Hey girl. But yes, but yeah, that was for somebody who before this couldn't release and get past the 50 hump.
I know, right?
And now you in the 30s. Hey. Yes. Hopefully Meg gets on, because Meg's transformation really blew my mind. Like, and she had a similar situation like you. Because she couldn't break over a certain hump. And to see her break over that hump, and her face is smaller, her skin is brighter, like, it's everything. It's crazy.
Hold on, I'm coming. You know, I can't do two.
You can't multitask. It's all right.
My thing is, I'm going through this, and I'm going to ask you this too. I had to find something that made me full. Because I just couldn't find that. I was eating like 2 and 3 avocados. That wasn't hitting it. So what made me full is my raw sunflower seeds and tons of water, of course, and watermelon. So where do you go?
I'm here.
Oh, so the question for you is, what made you full to where you was like, okay, I'm gonna eat this all the time to make me full? Because me and sunflower seeds and watermelon, we the bestest of friends.
To be honest, I just ate a buttload of fruits.
A buttload.
I did.
What was your fruit though?
Everything. Grapes, watermelon, pineapple.
Oh, there she go. You come into the live, Miss Meg.
I'm weak. Grapes, watermelon, apples, that's like pineapples. My favorite out of all of them was oranges. Like, I was always an orange eater, orange drinker.
Oh, really?
I was, but I never really paid attention to the kind of oranges that I was eating. So once we started this, and we wanted to, stay as natural as possible, so we got organic oranges. And those organic oranges, you could literally eat those with a straw. Like, you could just put a straw in that orange, and it was so juicy. So that's what I was stuck on. If you don't follow me on, if you're not subscribed to What's Good with Lamar, if you are, I'm in love with Mary Jane. That I was scared. I was scared. The first 2 weeks, I did not
Oh
do
yeah,
any of it. The first 2 weeks, I was like, I'm not touching it because you get the munchies, you get
yeah.
the craving stuff, and I'm like, I will go. I'll be like, this fast. I'm eating. I'm going to McDonald's. I'm gonna get me all the chicken nuggets. One of my friends in LA, he would do like these juice fasts and stuff like that, and he was like, bro, I used to do it all the time. Just when you do it, just get you a bunch of fruit, get you some watermelon,
Okay.
stuff that's filling. Watermelon is full of water. So I
Yeah.
would literally make me a fruit bowl before I made me a flour bowl. And when I would go up, I would just tear that fruit up, but I would be satisfied. And I'd be like, woo, it would crack. It would, I was able to, I was able to get over that hump of, oh, if I got the munchies, I don't want to break my fast. I don't want to break the challenge.
Mhm.
And fruit, watermelon for sure, because it's full of water. But I'm telling you, when I wanted to get full, it would be days during this challenge where it would just be fruit days. Fruit day.
Yeah.
I'm not touching any salads, no greens. I just want fruit, fruit, fruit. And it was some days like that. Okay, man, fruit will do it every time. Hit the link. I'm only doing all this talking carry on because you're not up here. The link is pinned at the top. But yeah, fruit got me together
Yeah.
for sure.
It's crazy how I had no idea that I did not care for fruits until we started until we started this because
I never understood that. Why don't you like fruit?
I I don't know.
I understand vegetables.
But see, to me, vegetables were good for me because I could heat it. I could cook, saute some kale and some spinach and throw some onions in there. And look, I'm hungry.
Delicioso.
Yes, but I never I didn't buy fruit like that. Watermelon, after I juiced the watermelon at one time and gagged, I was like, okay. I just never thought about eating it or buying it.
You sure did, but you juiced it. That was the problem.
Ugh, ugh, that was just horrible. It was so nasty. But now I love my bread.
Girl, yes. Where's the conversation? Yeah, come on. I didn't know I was on the list. I didn't know I was coming up.
You're in the challenge. Yeah, wait till she come on here.
Pray for me, y'all. Okay, Chevy, I love watermelon. I'm your true Wakanda forever. I love watermelon.
I can't think of only fruit that I really ate was apples. That was the only fruit I really ate, and that's because I had that apple slicer and it was easy. But I just never was a fruit. I'm more of a savory person. And that's where all the vegetables and the onions and the seasonings and that's where all that come in.
I love fruit. I even before this fast. Now I didn't do it as much before the 90 days, but I love fruit. I get fruit bowls all the time.
Yeah, so you like the quick, well, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, it may not be organic all the time. Now look, I don't feel like chopping up a bunch of fruits. I can't do it. This is not Fruit Ninja.
Reese said, I need help when I work so much. I pass eating.
Okay,
Eating
so
what?
eating just in general. So I can kind of answer that
Oh yeah,
because
you can.
I was I think that was one of my main reasons why I was so nervous for to do this fast is because I know my schedule and I know my life and I spend about 90 I'll say I spend about 85% of my time in my car, uh, traveling and stuff like that.
She eat just like you. She said, then when I do, it's too much and late.
Yes,
That was you.
Reed. It'd
Yeah.
be times I would come home after a long work day, and I would have a whole Thanksgiving meal at 11 o'clock at night because I haven't eaten. I probably had a bag of chips earlier, or I probably had a chicken nugget, you know. So, but because my schedule was so hectic and so all over the place, that was one thing that made me kind of nervous. But even with this 90-day challenge, one thing that I kind of had to learn was um I had to take it back. I had to pack my lunch. I had to, you know, pack. Sometimes I would chop up some oranges and wash some grapes, and probably if we had some watermelon left over, I'd cut up some watermelon and just put them in Ziploc bags,
Black bag.
and then I would just take them. I would have like some cashews or some almonds and have them with me. I remember one time I had a studio session. It was lasting so long, and there was a Kroger right up the street. I went to that Kroger. I got me 2 big organic avocados and got me some seasonings and stuff like that. The ones that we can use, like the pink sea salt and onion powder, garlic powder, and just kind of made my lunch. But it's just you have to pack. You gotta pack your lunch. Like
That's
people
why
in school.
that's why I say it is truly a mindset. It is truly a mindset. How you doing, Queen?
Hey,
Look at her.
How you gonna act like you sleep and I
yeah.
got out work?
So when I get tucked into this corner on this couch, it's a
Why
whole.
did you do that?
I sit right here and it's a whole thing.
Why would you even do that?
I came right in and came to the desk because I'm like, as soon as I hit that shower and that, ooh,
When I was up, I was looking at red a little bit, and I was just up and just laughing. The next thing you know, I'm just asleep.
I'm weak. Red Libby was looking at you, child. We'll definitely try this and ready and working
you
remotely.
can.
I can keep something close to
Yeah.
me at my workstation. Absolutely. You just in the mornings. Well, I really want Meg. Meg, I think you could talk about this too because your work shift is so early. How did you? And then we're gonna ask you the questions that we asked me at the beginning. But how did you handle your work schedule with your like if you did you pack lunch? What did you do?
um, well, because I do work so early in the morning, I I stopped eating um breakfast before I went to work, or like I didn't take anything to work. Um, so if I did, it'll just be like something small, like a banana or something, you know. But most times I'm not hungry at 6 o'clock in the morning. So I get off at 8:30, so I'm just waiting till I get home, to eat something. Um, but when I go back to work at 2:45, I need to have already, eaten because most time I don't get off until 6,
Mhm.
you know. So
And just to clarify, your work schedule is 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. with the kids, and then
mhm,
come home and then you do 2 to 6, sometimes two, sometimes 5, sometimes 6.
yeah. But if I didn't eat breakfast for whatever reason, then I will take something to work. But more than likely, I will just eat before I go to work, and then when I get off, because I try my best to only never eat after 8, and I do pretty good with that. Now, of course, things happen, things come up, but
Right.
between 6 and 8, if I don't eat nothing between then, I just don't eat nothing between then. But if I'm just super super starving after work, then I'll make me something or whatever. Um, but I think it got to a point where I was really only eating twice a day because I was just, I was finding what was filling me up, and I
Right.
was okay with just eating a nice breakfast and a nice lunch. I didn't really have to eat dinner, or I would skip one of the two. But
Mhm.
with that split shift, I definitely had to make sure I at least eat between both shifts.
So one of the questions that I asked Lamar is, what was your why? Because we do so many other things to try to release weight, and we lose focus on it.
Mm-hmm.
So this time, doing the 90-day raw vegan challenge, what in your mind made you say, what was the why to where you were going to do it, actually do this challenge?
Um, for me is because I've done it before. I just haven't done it as long,
Okay.
and it was like 10 days compared to 90. And I
Right.
saw what I could accomplish in 10 days. So it's like I can only imagine what I can do in 90 days. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and I just like I know this works, so why just like I just keep saying it? Why just not do what works? You know,
So
it's
did you do
only
the raw vegan or did you just do a
yeah.
challenge?
Well, when I was doing it before, it was straight smoothies. Like it wasn't no food or nothing. Like it was smoothies. And I was just dropping it. It was going so fast. You know, I was dropping weight like it was crazy. Um, and it was nothing extra added, just fruits and vegetables and all this other stuff. You know, so
Okay.
that's what I was doing. I was like, yeah, that works. And because for me, I know that weight loss is like 85% what you eat. So if you just know that you eat right, the work is really pretty much cut out for you.
Right.
You
Right.
know. So,
So another question that I had was telling Lamar is, um, I look at this as you have to do things as the Bible said, as decently and in order. And
mhm,
we need to, there's three elements that we focus on just in general. And to me, it's health, life, and work. And we need to put those in that order. Your health comes first.
mhm,
Once you get centered and focused on your health, then it makes life a little easier to where when something hits you or life starts lifing, you're able to take control of it better because you have your health in control.
mhm,
And there's the work, where say for instance, if you are stressed on a 9 to 5, or you are an entrepreneur and things just start building up, that you're able to handle it more so because one, your health is going good, then you have your life in check, and then the work part comes. So when it starts hitting you, you're able to focus more and to where it won't tear you down to where it's like I can't do this. So out of with those three elements, how did the health going through this challenge, how did it help you get through things that were coming at you far as in life and at work?
um, when like it brought a lot of clarity because and a lot of like energy as well
Mm-hmm.
because like when you feel healthy, it's like everything else for some reason just kind of falls in place,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't because honestly, just truth be told, eating certain things and putting certain stuff in your body, it messes with your mind and your body feels weird. And when you feel a certain way, it's going to affect everything else that you do.
Right.
So when I was doing this, I was feeling just energy, happy, just I felt like I was able to get up and move and do stuff and accomplish so much stuff, you know what I'm saying? And it literally allowed me to get up in the morning. Like I'm able to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning because I just got the energy. I don't feel like because what I ate last night, what I'm saying, was weighing me down this morning. I don't feel that way. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I'm able to go to work and be energetic with the kids because I'm eating stuff that's fueling my body and not, what I'm saying, taken away from me. You
Right.
know? Like it literally health plays a major, like you said, it plays a major role in every other aspect, your life and your in your work life and everything else. It pretty much like it's the beginning of
Right.
everything else kind of
That,
falling into place.
that decently and in order statement that
Mhm.
in the Bible, it's like you have to, when you align yourself with things in order, it's
Mhm.
easier to go to the next step. And
Yeah.
that's how I had to really think about my life as a whole.
Yeah.
So as far as when you was going through this, as far as with the health, the eating, the 90-day raw vegan challenge, anything in your life that you felt like that when life was hitting you, that you handled it a little more better than you would have if you weren't at your best, far as internally?
I think so. And of course, we're human, so we still have, those times. But I think overall, yeah, because honestly, for me, the health part is a personal defeat. So if you can defeat this, oh, I can
Right.
defeat anything.
Yeah.
You know, I can defeat
Right.
anything. So anything else don't even matter.
Yeah.
And that's how I was looking
Especially
at
with
it.
especially with us doing the raw vegan challenge.
Yeah.
That was a
Everything
challenge
else don't even
for
matter.
me itself. That was a challenge for me.
Yeah,
And how
for
has
sure.
it been as far as work?
Um, work work has been good. Working
I
with kids.
seen you on Instagram,
I think,
YouTube.
yeah, it is like that as well. Like even with that, it's just I don't know. It's just when you like you said like I said when you feel a certain way in your body, it just makes you want to just go harder and just do more. And just get up and show up. Um, that's really it. I just
Right,
want to get up and just show up and do what I know I'm supposed to be doing. And
right.
I pray to God for good health and being able to release weight. And I also pray for some other stuff too. So he was like, once you get that in order, this is what's gonna follow behind it.
I love it. I love it. Yes. That's what I was telling Lamar. It's like when he was doing so many other things, I would always tell him, he would go in 2 or 3 weeks and paying a lot of money. And I would always say, "You're not ready.
Mm-hmm.
You're not ready." And he was saying earlier how he was like, "I am, you my mama, you." I
How you
guess.
gonna tell your son you ain't finna do that? You are not about to do that. Why would you say that?
But I knew because I had to get there too. I had to get to the point where it's like I know I'm ready. And mine started with, going to multiple doctors because I knew that I could eat healthy and I could work out like a beast and I still, release 5-10 pounds. And I'm thinking something's not adding.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I did that step first. But after it clicked, after I did the doctor and it clicked, that's when I knew he wasn't ready.
And you know what's crazy? And since y'all been seeing all of this stuff that's been happening the last couple of weeks,
I know.
but
Superstar.
I
I
know.
was
She
I was
was
looking at
all
my
right.
vision board, and I looked at my vision board when the whole Tabitha Brown stuff happened, and I didn't even realize it until I just kind of looked real good, and it has on there, go vegan, dot 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 for life. And
Okay.
I probably only put that because Tabitha Brown vegan. I just love Tabitha Brown.
Right.
But again, I've been doing this smoothie thing since I think I got that recipe from like 2019. Like I said, I just do it when I just got to release a few pounds on a birthday trip, whatever the case is. And I knew it worked every time. Every time I know it worked. But it's like something in my mind was like, girl, you're not gonna do this for real. You could just do it when you need to and get back to what you was doing.
Right.
But when Lamar asked me, and Lamar could tell you, when he asked me, and I was just like, yeah. I didn't think about it. I didn't think 90 days. 90 days is a long time, believe it or not.
Better you than me because I
I
was like,
really just said yes.
wow.
And I just can imagine what my life would be now had I said no.
Right.
Or had I been like, oh no, y'all can have it. I just can imagine. But now that I'm here, I can tell y'all this. I've made a decision to go ahead and stick it out.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
it's like stuff just be lining up and happening when you need it and when you need it to happen.
Right.
You just I looked at that boy, I was like, did this thing just tell me what I was gonna do this year before the year was out?
So vegan.
But yeah, it's just crazy. And that since I've done that, what I want, other things that I want in life have just become clear. You know, and I really can't explain it. It's just clear. Everything
Right.
is just clear.
Yes. So what made you while you was going through this, what particular foods did you eat that like really made you full to where you ate it all the time?
Brussels sprouts.
Really?
I can eat a Brussels. I can eat the Brussels, the sprouts, everything every day. Of I I love them. You know they full of fiber, so
Right.
you go poop it out, and you know that. What else? Of course, my fruit. I was eating fruit like it was nothing because you know it hold water. Cucumbers because cucumbers hold water.
Right.
So I ate a whole lot of tomatoes. I can eat them just out the little thing. The little cherry tomatoes. I just like a little snack. Just eat them. Baby carrots. I think anything for me. I like accessible food. You know,
Right.
stuff that I can grab and go. Cooking
Uh-huh.
is cool. Like I'll cook something, but I'm not trying to do all that. You know, grab and go. So I try to my best to have little snacks. You know, baby carrots, tomatoes, cucumbers, stuff like that. I can grab easy and just go.
See, I'm the opposite. I want to cook it.
I didn't get the see if I cook, I'm gonna cook the same thing every day, and that's what I did. I cooked the same thing every single day. Because I don't have time to do nothing else. A salad, baby. I'm gonna make a salad every day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah.
I got one in the refrigerator right now.
To the point where I was so sick of salad, and I still ate it. I said, "Well, all right, there's nothing else. I made a
Right.
salad."
And what we were saying, Lamar, did you ever get to the point where you were talking to yourself a lot?
Because for me, like I don't, you know, I'm not a billionaire, so buying fruits and vegetables ain't cheap.
You're not one
Only
yet.
because the fruits and you know them sales are cheap, but you got to eat it fast, and I
Did
can't
you
eat
hear
all that
her?
stuff quick.
You're
It
not
go bad.
you're
Did
not a
you hear her?
billionaire yet.
Yet,
Yeah.
yet, you know, and fruit and stuff it goes so fast, so you have to eat it quick, and if you
Yeah.
don't eat it, you go bad, so you got to throw it out. That's waste of money. So, you know, I was just trying to like. Well, I tell you, it was just so hard because I was like, man, you ain't got no food in here. Okay. You don't got no food in here. Everything's gone bad. What you gonna do? And the Lord knows I wanted to grab something of Chevy's. But I had to talk to I had to talk to myself every time, like, you come too
Yeah.
far. Nope. Sometimes I would go out, didn't even eat some days because I didn't have anything. She got a freezer full of food. I don't have nothing. So guess what? I'm not gonna go against what I'm doing. I'm gonna stick it out, wait till whenever I can get something, and then let that be that.
Right. Because there was plenty of times where we ran out of fruit. I ran out of sunflower seeds. And I was like, because I only go to Sprouts. So I'm sitting there thinking, do I really want to drive all the way to
All the way to Sprouts
here?
on the other side of town.
Here I go on my way to Sprouts.
Better
Shoot.
than me.
I'm like, I was like, this is crazy that because around here there are no organic nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I gotta go way over here. I'm gonna make it worth my while. And I did.
Okay.
Every time I was like, because Lamar is into the oranges. So I wanted to make sure that there was still, stuff that he can grab. That temptation. I didn't want that temptation creeping in.
Mm-hmm. And
Because
I even saw that slowly fading. And my sister came. She and her and Chevy had a seafood boil. She said, "Are you tempted?" And I said, "No."
wow.
It smelled good by all means,
Yeah.
but no, not tempted. Like it just faded away. It just went away. I don't. Chevy be like, "Are you? I don't want you to see what I'm eating." I'm like, "Girl, I'm good." Like,
Yeah.
I'm cool.
Mhm. That's how I feel when I'm cooking for mother.
Mm-hmm.
And I try to get her like different stuff, but I got her a couple of times that the bacon cheeseburger. I'm like, oh my Lord,
It smells so good.
let me get this avocado.
It smells so good.
Oh, you know what got me through? That guacamole dip that I be making. That dip just did something to my when I was like, I could just make that. And I just kept making it. And I couldn't stop.
Just turned into a big pile of pico.
Literally.
I think Lamar did it once.
I did. I'm not a cooker like that. I did it one time. And then prep. It's easy. It's so easy.
Now I don't know. I don't know if you got to this part in the conversation because I was knocked out and stuff. But
Sleep.
the last month I noticed that my I started getting sick a lot. And she was like, maybe you ain't getting enough protein, and we didn't know. Of course, I was eating a lot of salad. Every time I would eat a salad, I would get sick. Then I noticed every time I would eat something, I would get sick. And I was like, what? Like, what could this be? What could this be? So I had to be now at this point. I had to be particular about what I eat because some things make me sick. And I didn't know. I didn't know what it was. I don't know why it is. Like it's weird.
I've gotten that way with the pumpkin seeds was doing that for me because I was alternating the raw pumpkin seeds with the raw sunflower seeds, and then all of a sudden the pumpkin seeds, when I would eat them, I would just feel so nauseous, and I'm like, okay.
I think I did that the last time you made something with zucchini noodles. And I was upstairs eating my zucchini pasta, and I literally couldn't even eat it anymore because I threw up in the bowl.
Yeah.
I literally started gagging, and then I was like, maybe it's just because I don't feel like eating vegetables. I'm gonna get over. I'm gonna pinch my nose. I'm gonna pinch my nose, and I'm gonna eat it. And I must have pinched my nose and put that fork in my mouth, and I was just like, oh. And I was like, oh, I said, oh, dang.
I be feeling so queasy. I had to take some Tums. I'm like, I don't know what that is. So I had to, I'm gonna have to go to the doctor and see what it is. I'm not gonna stop, do what I'm doing, but something ain't right.
And I think that's another thing that people should also think about is like I said, you need to go to the doctor to me first, because sometimes a lot of your levels are off to where you're going to need like if your iron is low, you have to think about what foods I need that contain iron for me, or your vitamin D level might be low, and you want to be able to find foods that help with vitamin D. That's how I started when I said, when I did the looking for doctors. Like I needed all of it because I wanted to make sure that I wasn't losing any kind of nutrition.
Yeah.
So yeah, being vegan, like I said, but raw vegan is harder because even with the vegan, that Beyond Meat, that's protein. That's a lot of protein. That's like almost 40 grams of protein if you get like 2 patties. So you're good on that, but you ain't got to have it like every day. But yeah, you have to make sure you got your levels checked before you, I think before you like started like full throttle.
So Meg, since starting this 90 days, how big were you?
He said, "How big?
How small are you now?"
Big
First tell us your starting, and where you were at the beginning of the challenge, and then from the challenge to where you are now.
So as of now, well, when I first started, I was 326, and now I am 2.
Oh, wait a minute. Now, when I gave you my size, you had all that extra.
My bad. I had to tease you. That's just because you was like, I'm scared. I don't want to say. She said, "Child was 320, whatever she said."
Child, I saying I love my big body.
So you said you
started at
326, and I'm now at 288.
Wow.
I'm trying to get to at least 286 by next week, which I'm pretty sure I will. But
So had you ever been? Is this your lowest weight?
That I can remember.
Because I saw you in your blue jean, the jacket, and I was like, look at her. Yes.
I still got some a ways to go because my ultimate goal is 250, and I'm stopping. But my first goal is 280. When I hit 280, then I know I done did something.
Yeah.
So I got 8 more pounds.
Yes, my goal was a solid 200.
Yeah, I don't want to be too little.
Well, I'm smaller than you anyway, even in frame, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at even between 200 and 220 because I like my curves.
Mm-hmm.
I told Meg, she get a reduction, she gonna be a solid 215.
Yeah. If I do that, it's gonna be over.
Was it about 15, 20 pounds in each boob?
Hold on, I need to weigh them. I don't know how much, but just about.
Ah,
You get the scale, pop it up right
Lay down on the floor.
ba-doom.
like a mammogram.
That's crazy. Well, I'm glad y'all came and talked because this journey was really, like I said, it was a challenge for me.
It was fun though.
It
Yeah,
was fun.
it was.
I wanted to do something before we close.
Yeah.
Meg, and we can go Meg, and then me, and then I want you to close it out.
Okay.
But if you had to encourage anybody who, because I've had a lot of inboxes like, what have you done? What did you do? And I've had the conversation with people about it. But I just want to know, like, in this moment, like, if somebody called you or somebody came out to you and was like, I'm trying to get rid of this weight. I see you doing your thing. Like, how do I start? What is some encouraging words or motivating words that you would give to somebody who has been stagnant or has let food consume their lives and they don't really know how to get a hold of it?
So I use my best friend as an example because she's trying to do this as well. I have to tell her, you can buying the right food ain't no problem. Okay, you can go to the store and get you some vegetables. That's not a problem. The thing is, you have to train your mind to take it one day at a time.
Mm-hmm.
So literally, Monday is Monday. Leave it alone.
Right.
You can't think 90 days down the line like, oh my God, I ain't gonna have chicken for 90 days. You can't think that way.
Right.
Monday, I didn't did Monday. Tuesday, start over next week. Literally, day at a time, because it's gonna be much easier for you to focus on one day at a time compared to the future. However long you want to go about it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And like I said, buying the food's not a problem. Anybody can go get some salads. Anybody can go. You can go in the store every single day if you have to, and buy you 3 salads, one for lunch, breakfast, and dinner, and take it one day at a time.
Right.
And then after so long, you'll see it become a habit.
Mm-hmm.
And you done pretty much, knocked out the hard part.
Right. Right.
That's honestly, I just say one day at a time. And don't try to overwhelm yourself with all the extra, the hows and all this stuff. You just understand this is what you want to do. Do it first day, knock it out. Do it the next day, knock it out, so on and so forth.
Right.
I would say, just based off of my experience with all of this, with just the journey in itself, because like I said, I've been trying to do different stuff for years and just trying to grab. It was one year where I did really good. I dropped a lot. And then that was it. And then I couldn't figure it out. But what I would tell somebody and what I have told people is, my testimony, and this is for whatever you do in life that you see, I need to better myself in this area. If you want it bad enough, you'll do it regardless of it was hard, I'm hungry, I don't want to go to the gym, I don't want to practice, I don't want to go here. Like, if you want it bad enough, you'll talk yourself out of that. I can't do it, I don't want to do it. And my biggest thing is mentally prepare yourself for whatever it is you're trying to accomplish. If it is your health, if it's your weight, Mentally prepare yourself. There are gonna be some times where you want to cheat. There are gonna be some times where you might cheat. There are gonna be some times where you doing real good. There are gonna be some times where you don't move at all. You probably don't even eat that day. You are still you. There's no such thing as failure, only because the only way you can fail is if you quit. And if you quit, then you fail. But if you fall off the track once or twice, you get back up, you keep going, you are winning every time.
Right.
Every it's a win every time. And so I would just tell people to not focus on the loss. When you think, oh dang, I you know, I was doing so good, I just had to go to Taco Bell. I was doing so good, I just had to go to Popeyes. Like, that doesn't defeat the purpose and the journey. That was just one little moment where you was like, bump this journey. We're human.
Right.
As long as you understand that you can't fail unless you quit, and that you have to constantly ask yourself how bad you want it. Like, I'll reiterate that over and over, because that was something we talk about talking to ourselves. I had to do. Like, how bad do you want it? Like, shut up. You're hungry. Okay. What's the bigger picture?
Right.
This is what you really want to do. How bad do you want it? So my thing is, don't take the little falls as a way to be like, maybe I can't do this. You fail. Get back up, buy you some groceries, get you some vegetables, and start again the next day. Like Meg said, you got to take it one day at a time. We don't know what tomorrow brings, and that means with our attitude, with our feelings, with our motivation, we might not be motivated tomorrow like we were motivated today. But as long as you keep going, you will see nothing but success. You will see nothing but success. It's when you stop, when you don't see it, because you're not moving. So I would say, if you ever feel like you don't want to do it, or you're scared to do something, you're scared to challenge yourself because you don't want to fail, or you're gonna fail. You're going to get off course every once in a while, but keep going. Keep going. That's all I got to say.
Well, I feel like that in order to start it starts with and this is just my motto in general, is spirit, mind, and body. Because once you get it in your mind that that's what you want to do, that you want to release weight, you have to ask the higher power to give you that strength to where you're able to do it. Once you ask him or let him know what you want to do, then it's the mind. You got to meditate on it so you're able to hear what he's going to tell you, because he's not going to steer you wrong. He's not going to steer you wrong. Once you get the spirit and the mind, then you got the body, because once he tells you, then you got to walk in it. You got to move your body towards whatever he tells you to do. Once you connect those three, then the mind will really, really connect to where I got to do this. And when you feel like you want to go, grab a piece of chicken or whatever, you feel like that's what you want to do, you're going to feel a type of way. Once you've done that connection, you're going to feel a type of way when you bite that chicken. I just talked to him. And he gave me this. So having that feeling, that's where you know that you are connected. And then you just take it the next day, and I guarantee you that you won't be, the temptation, like you said, Meg, is gonna leave you to where you don't even think about it. But you just gotta stick with it. You just gotta stick with it, and it will all come together. It will all. So that's what I want to leave with you, is that just think of it as spirit, mind, and body. Once you do it in that order, then you get that mindset on it. God will steer you to where you can do anything you set your mind to. Anything. Where did he go?
I'm right here.
I didn't know if you wanted me to say anything else. Or...
Oh, I had to close. All right.
You said
But
what?
I said I had to change clothes. I didn't want to show my body on this camera. I ain't there yet.
Well, you showing it every other day.
That's for motivation.
I'm saying you shouldn't be ashamed or bashful.
I'm not ashamed. I just don't want the Saints to get overwhelmed. I don't want the Saints to get overwhelmed. But no, we can close it right there.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming in and talking to me on my live. I haven't had guests before. Well, I had one.
It was fun.
And I haven't really done a live in a while because it's usually my taste and talk, but we ain't really had nothing to taste. So I'm gonna come back with y'all probably the first of the year with the taste and talk. But I do want to thank Lamar and Meg for coming in. I want you guys to go to their YouTube channel. What's Good with Lamar, and it's Meg. It's Meg, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's Meg. Go to their YouTube channel. They're amazing. Both singers, both performers. Love them to death. And like I tell you guys, allow me to help you connect you back to you in the order of spirit, mind, and body. Love you. Bye.
Y'all.